The international break is over, which means the Premier League is back, and we can finally look ahead to Manchester United returning to action this weekend against Brentford at Old Trafford. There was a lot of noise, obviously, leading up to the international break and during it, with regards to Ten Hag. A lot of people were saying this is going to be the time he's gone, but it hasn't happened. I know a lot of people are still calling for his head. A lot of names were continued to be brought up over the last couple of weeks, but he's still here. And look, I think it's time now we just draw a line under it for now, move on, get behind the team, get behind the manager, get behind the club, and support the team. And hopefully we can get back to winning ways and just start performing better. Now, obviously, look, I mean, coming into this game now, it looks like we're starting to hit a bit of an injury crisis again. There's a couple of big players are ruled out. Obviously, Kobbie Mainoo is the main one. He's been ruled out now for about 4 weeks. I think the latest I've seen is that's a hamstring issue. So he's definitely missing. Obviously, the likes of the normal people are still missing. Obviously, Lenny Yaro still out. Malacia is still out. Mazraoui is still out. He returned to training during the week, but as far as I know, it wasn't anything intensive. It was just light training back in Carrington. So he's not going to be available this weekend. Obviously, Luke Shaw is still out. We have Mason Mount is still out. Garnacho is 50-50, I think, at the moment. He's out with a knee injury. It's possible he could return tomorrow, but I think if it's 50-50, it's likely he probably won't. Ahmad is another doubt as well. He currently has a virus, so I think he's probably more likely that he will start. But yeah, obviously Maguire is ruled out for a good few weeks as well, and Ugarte is another one that's 50-50. I know he featured for Uruguay over the international break, but I think he has a bit of a small muscle issue, so there's a good chance he mightn't start either. So I think, look, it's not looking good in terms of the injuries again. I think we currently have 11 players out injured at the moment, so yeah, it's not looking good. So in terms of the team, obviously, look, your defence is going to be more or less the same. Obviously, it's going to be Onana on goal. With Mazraoui out, obviously I think it's safe to say that we're going to see Dalot switch to right back. Then your centre halves, then obviously you're going to have De Ligt and Martinez. And I think it was reported during the week that more than likely it'll be Johnny Evans playing left back. So that's what they've gone for in my predicted 11. So in terms of midfield, then I think we're going to see Casemiro and Eriksen start. Obviously with Mainoo out and Ugarte out. Casemiro and Eriksen are the obvious two to go in there. And then in terms of the attacking wise, then I think obviously with Garnacho being 50-50, Ahmad still a doubt, I can see Anthony starting on the right. I think we'll have Marcus on the left. We'll have obviously Bruno in the 10 and Highland up front. Obviously, look, it's not going to be our strongest 11, but given what we have, it's a team that's capable of beating Brentford. The one thing we'll have to be wary of when it comes to Brentford, we saw it the last couple of weeks. They are like they played City, obviously a couple of other teams. I can't think off the top of my head now who they were, but I think the last 3 or 4 games they've played, they've scored within the first minute or within the first 2 minutes. So we'll need to be wary of that in the opening minutes of the game, that Brentford are going to come at us, and they're going to come at us fast and hard. So we're going to need to be pretty solid at the back and alert and awake. We're going to need to start this game on the front foot and just be wary of them, because we've seen in the past this team, they go a goal down and heads drop. So at home let's be honest, look, it's a must-win game, and still a lot of pressure on Ten Hag, especially in the media. So he's going to need a win. United are going to need a win and a big performance. So we need to start strong. If we can keep them quiet in the opening minutes, we definitely have a chance. I see us winning. I think I'm going to go with me. It seems to be my favourite scoreline at the moment. I think a lot of the games that I've watched or I've done a preview on, I've gone for a 2-1 victory for United, and that's what I'm going to go with again today. Look, we haven't been able to score goals in recent months, never mind weeks. So it's still going to be an issue for us until we sort that out. And I don't think it's anything to do with the players, as in the strikers that we have, like with Highland and Xerxes. The last game before the international break, between the two of them, they both played for the full 90 minutes. Obviously, like Highland started, Xerxes came on. But neither of them had a shot on goal. So clearly the issue isn't the strikers that we have in the position. That's not the reason we're not scoring. The issue is that they're not getting any service. So if they're walking off a pitch with no shots on goal, how can we expect them to score? So that needs to change. So whether it's something in the setup, something in instructions that Ten Hag has given the wide players or the midfield players, but something needs to change. We need to get the ball into the likes of Highland and Xerxes and Rashford if he happens to be playing up there in that position. We need to get them the ball and at least give them the opportunity to have a shot so they have a chance of scoring. Until that happens, we're not going to be scoring goals unless it's set pieces. So, yeah, look, it's a must-win game. It's a high-pressure game for Ten Hag and the players. But, look, I think as fans, I think we just need to get behind the team. Now, look, I'm not saying that fans don't get behind the team, but Ten Hag is clearly not going anywhere yet. So let's just draw a line under Ten Hag. He's there at the moment. Let's get behind the team, get behind Ten Hag, and hopefully we can get a win and a good performance the weekend. We win 2-1. Kickoff is obviously at 3 o'clock. I'm going to be doing a watch along. I hope you'll join me. We go live about 2:45, about 15 minutes before the game. We go through the lineup and have a discussion on that. We'll get everyone's thoughts on it, and yeah. But look, I'll be quietly confident we can get a result. But it's the performance that needs a big change as well as obviously the victory, which is obviously equally important. But it's the performance as well. We saw the Spurs game. There was no performance. There needs a big performance from the players. But yeah, look, hopefully you'll join me anyway for the watch along. Going live at 2:45 this weekend, Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff at Old Trafford. But yeah, until then, take it easy, and I'll catch you later.